Today we're going to talk about why you may not be growing on TikTok. So my name is Vic Walker. I'm an artist. I've got an art TikTok account and I've been on TikTok for only 2 months. I've been able to grow my following from 0 to 5,000 followers. And my aim here is to help makers and creators, artists and designers grow their business on social media, especially on TikTok. I have been on social media for about 8 years now, but I'm just starting a new learning curve on TikTok, and I'm finding that it's a lot better reach to a wider audience. I've just produced a whole bunch of videos on TikTok. If you want to go back to my profile, you can scroll through all my other recent videos that I've done on TikTok. So recently, the TikTok algorithm has changed quite drastically. If you click here on the link up above, you'll find another video I've done that explains the whole change in algorithm since quarantine and isolation. There's been an influx in users on TikTok. The algorithm has changed and the way that your videos get pushed out have changed as well. So if you've just started on TikTok, you might find that it's a lot harder to grow, a lot harder to get engagement. If you had started 3 months ago, it would have been a totally different story and you wouldn't have that competition. I've started my account 3 months ago and I found it quite easy to grow from 0 to 1,000, but I've also started just a new account with my son and I'm finding it a little bit harder to grow because there's a lot more competition. Starting the new account with my son, I thought it would be just a walk in the park because 1, he's a teenager, 2, he's a boy, and 3, we're just doing trending comedy content. But I'm finding that engagement a lot harder. Even though it's easier than an art account, it is still quite hard to get that engagement. If you've just started TikTok, or if you find that your views have decreased in the last month, what you need to do is do shorter videos. The audience on TikTok are trained to digest fast content. So if you pause a split-second window, you could lose your viewer. What I would recommend is you do shorter videos from 8 to 13 seconds. I think about the 10-second range is perfect because then your video will be more likely watched to the end. And the completion rate of the watch time is really important to the new algorithm. A lot of videos now have got a suspense method where they show things at the end, and I find that I lose interest in that when the suspense is just too long. You know, for example, a typical trend now is the sound that says "Don't let this be ugly," and then at the end something is revealed, somebody covering their face or covering their work. There's a real anticlimax at the end because I get quite disappointed when I'm waiting a few seconds for this major review and then in the end it doesn't amount to anything. The other thing you need to think about is rewatch. So if you give a quality content at the end, or you give something that somebody wants to rewatch it again, the algorithm will reward you for that. Having a hook is really important, both at the beginning and at the end. You want to hook somebody in so that they can stay to watch the video at the beginning, and then you want to hook them so that they can rewatch the video at the end. And the hook can be educational or entertainment. So people are telling you to do 6 to 8 to 10 videos a day. That's good because one of your videos may go viral. The more videos you produce, the more chances you've got in the bucket to do well. But if your videos are lacking in value, it's also going to be kind of a waste of time. So when you're doing videos on TikTok, you need to add value. And value can come in different forms. So you could educate somebody, whether teaching them how to draw, how to cook, or even how to succeed on TikTok. For example, with my teenage son's account, I've been doing a lot of research on what content successful teenagers have been producing, and a lot of it I see is relationship related advice. Even a girl sitting there talking about her disastrous relationships is quite popular because that gets a lot of engagement. I was just watching a girl talking about her loser boyfriend, calling her up in the middle of the night, getting dropped by an Uber in front of her house, completely trashed. And their engagement on her comment went crazy. So much controversial and so many opinions in the comments. And I had talked about this before in my other video, the link is up here, about creating arguments and controversy in a video to get that engagement, get that conversation happening. So just because your opinion is not popular, it doesn't mean that it's not good content. Maybe the word good content is used very loosely. I mean, what is good content? If it allows and encourages engagement, then that could be good content if you want to achieve that. The another thing about creating value is being funny. Funny videos are very shareable. They're very rewatchable. They add value because they make people laugh and they brighten people's day. Using your looks as well could be good value. I mean, a lot of teenage girls or boys do that. You see a lot of teenage girls dancing around in crop tops or half-naked boys on TikTok who are really successful, and in a way that's creating value to somebody because it's nice eye candy. Otherwise, find something that someone wants to learn from you. For example, when I come across people who are teaching self-help or growth on TikTok, I tend to go into their profile and look at their other videos to see what other content they produce. Most of the time I end up following them anyway. You probably don't have to post 6 to 10 times a day. I mean, for me, I think that is just too much, especially running a business and having other things to do other than TikTok. But at least post 3 times a day. And just think about your content, how you can reuse that content to post. So for example, my art account, if I am demonstrating an art piece, I can chunk that up into little videos. For example, I'm duetting a lot of TikToks, and we'll come back to talk about duets in a minute. As I'm producing this content, I can use the first bit of my video to play a guessing game, post the first 15 seconds of my time lapse and say, guess who this is. That would encourage engagement because people are commenting by guessing who I am drawing. It would also encourage engagement when I do post the final video and the viewer who have guessed the first content will then watch the second content and, say, comment something like, I wouldn't have guessed who that was. My art account, I started off doing just pretty little tutorials like how to draw a flower, how to draw animals, but I'm finding my duets gets a lot of engagement, a lot of tractions and a lot of views, so I'm just producing that out a lot more regularly. Especially duetting famous people, I'm piggybacking on their fame and on their success and on their trending content, which helps me because it's a no-brainer. I don't have to think about what's trending. All I have to do is just sketch them and then duet their video with my drawing, which produces a lot of engagement and a lot of shares and tags. The other thing that is successful about duetting famous people is that the viewers on TikTok is already familiar with these famous TikTokers. So familiarity is really important. Everyone likes seeing what they are used to. Everyone likes consistency and everyone likes familiarity. Drawing people is really good for engagement because you just got to remember that on the other side of your phone is another person looking at your content, and people like to see people, and that's why faces and portraits work so well on social media. And I should have said this first off, but make sure that your account is a pro account. So in your settings, make sure you turn it to pro because you can then see all of the analytics. You can see what time your viewers are active on TikTok, and it's changing quite a bit this last few months. For example, when we were homeschooling or when everyone was at home working, the traffic through was before school started, so from 7 to 8 o'clock, and then at lunchtime, and then after school. But now everyone's back at school. Most of my viewers are teenagers. It is now from 3:30 to 11 o'clock. And because the algorithm has changed and your content doesn't get pushed out straight away, you'll get a delayed explosion. If you want someone to see your video after dinner, you probably want to consider posting before dinner. If you make a mistake, you can either delete it straight away before there's any engagement, or you can just turn that into private. And if you're constantly deleting your TikTok videos, it would tell the algorithm that there's something not quite right about your account. So I did mention this in one of the early videos about not only your content and your posts getting pushed out, your whole account altogether has got an account authority rating. So if you delete a lot of videos, your account authority rating will then decrease, which would then also decrease the status or the priority of the way that your content is being pushed out to your audience. In your public account, make sure that you allow your post to have comments, because this is quite important. A lot of people accidentally or are not aware of having all these options switched off. So make sure you go back into your settings and make sure they're all switched on. Comments, sharing, duets, saving all your videos are switched on, because the more people who click that bottom button on the screen, TikTok's algorithm notices that there is engagement, and that share and save button is even more important now than the like and the comments. The bigger you grow, just brace yourself for negativity, and don't see negativity as being something bad, or don't let it stop you from being active, because negative comments, if you don't react to it immediately, another viewer will react to it for you, and that would then produce conversations and engagement, or arguments is the best between your viewers. You know, I've had videos where I'm not even involved at all, and my viewers are just arguing in conversations on the comments on my videos, and I could just see my views and my engagement climbing up as it goes along. So use that to your advantage. Understand why your videos are not getting engagement. Sometimes it's quite confronting to hear, but perhaps your content isn't that good. I have a lot of people text me to say, can you please have a look at why my videos are not performing? And I look at their artwork and it's really not that good. If people want to see something good, you know, if you're an artist, it's fantastic that you're on TikTok and you're showing your work and you're proud of it and you're brave enough to show it. But if you're not getting the engagement, perhaps think about how you can improve your content. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope that helps a little bit. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I produce a new video, and put your username down in the comments so that I could check you out and other viewers can also check you out. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to be linking some other videos that you might want to watch on how to grow your account on TikTok.